Hello and welcome to Kick-Ass Gaming. So, you decided to take the journey back and play some Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Duel Academy, but you're wondering what the best deck is. In this video, we're going to look at the best deck to start off with, what packs you should target, and your strategy should be for the first Storm Switch exam. Okay, to get into the deck, I'd go for a 40 card line, predominantly made up of monsters with a smattering of spells and traps. The general strategy behind the deck will be a beatdown strategy, made up of level 4, vanilla, 1800-1700 attack monsters. Then with some power spells and traps behind to hold the deck together. The idea behind this strategy as it will be most consistent to get you wins early on. Going with a team deck, such as a fire and water deck, while would have a higher ceiling, would not be able to reach that ceiling consistently. Okay, to get into the individual cards, you won 2 tribute monsters, this being Cosmo Queen. You don't run all too many of these as they're very easily destroyed and can take an awful lot of resources to summon. Then, you have two tribute monsters, here being Summon Skull and Cybertech Alligator. Summon Skull you don't have originally, so you can replace this with any similar high level 1 tribute monster. Then, 7 colored fish and giant red sea snake are examples of the level 4 high attack monsters that will take up the core of your deck. And here Island Turtle is an example of a few defensive monsters to be included just in case they are necessary. Also, there are a handful of effect monsters that can help destroy or alter the game in your favor. Exile Force here, when it contributes itself to destroy one of your opponent's monsters. We also have a few monsters here like Man-Eater Bug, Yomi Ship, Morphine Jar, and Penguin Soldier that can assist with this. So see, Penguin Soldier here can bounce 2 monster cards back to the hand when flip summoned. Morphine Jar, you and your opponent discard your hand and draw until you have 5. Man-Eater Bug, once flipped, destroys one monster on the field, and Yomi Ship destroys the monster that destroys it. Magician of Faith, once flip summoned, allows you to add a spell card from your graveyard back to your hand, and Copycat copies the attack and defense of one of your opponent's monsters in the field. That's their original attack and defense. Okay, getting on to the spell. These spells are looking to disrupt the opponent mainly, with card destruction being you and your opponent discarding your hand and drawing till you have the same amount that you discarded. Fissure destroys the monster on your opponent's side of the field with the lowest attack. Heavy Storm destroys all spell and trap cards on the field. Upstart Goblin allows you to draw a card while your opponent gains 1000 life points. Mystical Space Typhoon destroys 1 spell or trap card on the field. Giant Trunade bounces all spell and trap cards back to your opponents and your hand. This is very helpful for when looking to finish off a game, as it can get those pesky mirror forces trap holds back to your opponent's hand. Nobleman of Crossout and Extermination help destroy face down set monsters or face down spell or trap cards respectively. And Reinforcing Heart of the Army helps getting warrior monsters to your hand. These are level 4 or lower warrior monsters. In this deck, you'll be going for Exile Force or Warrior Digrapher. Autonomous Action Unit will be like your Monster Reborn for early game. It allows you special summon one of your opponent's monsters in their graveyard for the cost of 1500 life points. The 2 trap cards I run in this deck are Trap Hole and Torrential Tribute. Torrential Tribute I don't believe you'll start off on, but you may be looking off to Puckle and Pat. I will be going for an attack heavy strategy as it will be on you to put pressure on the opponent. So, when looking at packs, there's one pack you should really be looking to target, and this is Basic 2B. The reason for this is there are the 3 cards you're going to be looking to get. This is Dancing Fairy, Spirit of the Breeze, and Cure Mermaid. The reason why you're looking for these 3 cards is they help you to gain life points. and there's a potential duel that you can take that really helps you get a lot of DP. We'll address this later when looking at strategies. Okay, the strategy I would have at the start is to look to get the title of Dropout Boy. This is during the exams each month that determine whether you can switch dorms and what title you have. So, when you have these exams, I would look to do well in the written exam, as you do need to get an overall score of 60% in order to get the title of King of Games, but other than that, I would look to flunk the rest of these exams. As once you get the title of Dropout Boy, if you go to the gym teacher, Fonda Fontaine, you will get the opportunity to duel her. This duel will be different to other duels, as you will have the opportunity to gain the life points you have left at the end of the duel as duel points, but you do need to defeat her in the duel. This is why tackling the pack B2 is very important, as it has the 3 cards Spirit of the Breeze, Dancing Fairy and Cure Mermaid. These cards have the following effect. Spirit of the Breeze, as long as the card remains face up in attack position on your side of the field, increase your life points by 1000 points during each of your standby phases. You may be thinking having this card in attack position will be very dangerous, as any monster can get over it. But once you have a monster with high enough attack, Fonda will not look to attack it and will only set monsters in defense position, in face down defense position. The other 2 monsters, Dancing Fairy, gains 1000 life points for each standby phase in which the card is in defense position, and Cure Mermaid gets you 800 life points during each of your standby phases, and this card just needs to be face up on your side of the field. This strategy is extremely helpful for building out your collection at the start, because you can get tens of thousands of duel points very easily in one duel. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and I hope now you're well on your way to getting the title of King of Games.